You're tuned into the VSX Digital Sports Network.
You are rocking with the hottest. Put your hands up for the boss. Get ready.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, TB the tepid.
More fire, more heat.
Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grease.
That's right, all my sports fans around the world. It's time to grab your bankroll and beat the line. Merry Christmas, everybody. Vegas Scoreboard Express is back, and we're talking some NFL today. Live from the VSX Digital Studios in Las Vegas. I'm your host and boss of the big board, JB the Ticket. Follow me on Twitter at We Beat the Line. Follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket. Get 7 days free at Fubo TV. No credit check, deposit, or hidden fees. Watch the game on me. Go to VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Got a great one coming up. Christmas Day, Minnesota Vikings, New Orleans Saints. And with me to talk about it, my main man, Pop DiBiase from Prime Wave Media and Primetime Angles from L.A. How you doing? Merry Christmas to you.
What's going on, man? Only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. And boy, oh boy, I look forward to talking to you about this game right here. Christmas Day game, and that as well, too.
Yeah, it's a Christmas Day game, and again, you can watch this on Fubo TV. Go to VegasScoreboardExpress.com. I'm going to give you 7 days free. That's my Christmas gift to you again. Ho, ho, ho. We're giving you 7 days free. You can watch this game. It's a big one right now for the New Orleans Saints. Rotation number 452. They're -7 at home. Minnesota Vikings on the road. Rotation number 451. Looking at a big value on the money line at plus 260. Total is 51. Do you think that the Vikings even have a chance at? Hard task at hand, though, to play the Saints 10-4. Vikings are 6-8. Drew Brees still banged up. Admitted last week that he's not 100%, but the Vikings are going against the number 4 rush defense in the league. So if you would expect the Vikings to rely a lot on Dalvin Cook rather than the arm of Kirk Cousins, where do you see this game going, Pop? I'm looking to see some value here with the road dog. Road Dogs were doing well last week.
The situation that's going on in this game is like this. This is a crossroads game for Minnesota, who has a inkling of a chance to maybe make playoffs if everything really goes to the left, but pretty much their season ended last week. And then you have a Saints team that's divisional championship and still trying to play for that number 1 seed in the NFC playoffs as well. They would love to have those games at the Superdome, the divisional and the conference championship game. So when I look at my notes, you got a Vikings team, they're 5th in yards total, 400 yards per game, 3-3 on the road, 2-3 versus teams over 500, and 4-4 against the spread. That's in total. And they're 1-2 against this division as well. But this is a good note for you. +6 or higher as the dog. They're 2-1 against the spread, 1-2 straight up though. So Saints coming here 4-0 at home against teams under 500, 2-2 against the spread, 9th in sacks, something that can hinder Cousins in this game as well. 2-1 versus the NFC North, 7-1 versus teams under 500, 4-4 against spread as well. As a -7 or higher favorite, they're 3-4 against the spread, 6-1 straight up. So the numbers say Vikings should cover, but my idea that goes on in this game, we were just talking about Dalvin Cook being able to be the engine for the Vikings in the running game. I think that the Saints are going to have to go to their running game. I'm going to have to go opposite from the dog. You know, I love a dog, and I feel like I am the dog whisperer, but I do feel like the Saints are going to win this game by 10 points or better. And I would really feel like that the Vikings will be getting the late money here, and it probably will go down to a 6.5 or 6. So if you can grab it at a 6.5, even better. So then you can not worry about being over the 7. You know what I mean? And you win by a touchdown. You know, but all in all, by 10 or better.
I mean, I'm looking at the Saints last week. They played a tough Kansas City Chiefs team, 13-1, defending Super Bowl champions. You can't fault them for losing that game. You looked at Drew Brees, said he's not 100%, but 15-34 in that loss, 234 yards, 3 touchdowns, only 1 pick. But if you're talking about that running game for the Saints, Alvin Kamara last game, 11 carries, 54 yards, no touchdowns. That ain't going to get it done. So you're talking about a guy who, again, dynamic runner. He's at home. We think he's going to have a big game. But with Taysom Hill now kind of back playing that utility role, he was able to start and lead them all the way to this point. They're right where they want to be, but they've also got a Buccaneers team that's playing the same week this Sunday. But I just don't think that the Saints really would have that firepower if the defensive front of the Vikings can get after Drew Brees, because he's not 100%, a rib injury, 1 or 2 hits, you got Taysom Hill back in there. This thing's a ball game. Go ahead.
Let me tell you why the Vikings defense is going to do absolutely nothing in this game, because this team is actually, when it comes to over and under, 10 out of the 14 games that they played in this season. And I hate to be the burden of bad news. I was even somebody who thought that this defense was going to be one of the better defenses in the NFL. Their defense is a utter season. The Saints are the team that has defense here, and the Saints defense, if they can lock it down and frustrate Cousins, this is going to be quarter. I'm dead honest with you about this one, but it is going to be a game that the Saints do have to go out there and really punch the Vikings in the face to start this game off, for them to go ahead and do what I feel that they can do, winning this game by double digits or better. To me, they have to really send a statement in this game as well. This is when you end teams at this point of the season. You're not going to the playoffs, so we're going to make sure that we're not going to slip up. We're not going to feel bad for you because you're not going to the playoffs. We're going to play like you're Tampa Bay this week, and I feel like that's the mentality.
If you're talking about a team who's better, last week the Vikings took that loss to the Chicago Bears at home, 27-33. Mitch Trubisky, probably the best game that he's going to have this season. But on the other side of that, Kirk Cousins, he was 24 of 35, 271 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Dalvin Cook, very serviceable in the effort, 24 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown. However, they couldn't get it done. You're talking about that defense. Let's go over. 1 interception, Cameron Dantzler. No one else in that secondary is getting it done. Now, you're talking about a guy in Drew Brees who is a little bit injured. If you're talking about a guy who's admitted that he's not 100%, do you think it would be wise for that defensive front to show up and show out on Christmas Day? All eyes are going to be watching. Again, you can get this game 7 days absolutely free. VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Go to Fubo TV, click the live link, and I'm going to give you a gift. Again, Merry Christmas, everybody. This game, I'm telling you right now, I've seen it last week. Spoilers. Guys on the Vikings are playing for next season. They're playing for jobs. I wouldn't put it past the Vikings to put a big hurt on the Saints. And remember that big controversy a couple of seasons ago where one team was supposed to go to the championship. I don't know. I can't get into the details of it, but this is a tough matchup for the Saints. I don't think they're just going to waltz in here and win, but I could be wrong. Where do you see that going?
I'm going to tell you like this. You're talking about Kamara. A lot of people forget about Latavius Murray. Latavius Murray's been nothing but productive everywhere he's been, with the Raiders, with the Vikings. And I think that he could be the X factor in this game, and that's going to give Drew Brees a little bit of protection that he needs. And I think that maybe they might be alternating quarterbacks a little bit here as well, too, because if Brees isn't feeling it, you can throw Taysom Hill in there, and you guys can just go on about your day. But I think they're going to have a Taysom Hill-type game plan going into this game, swallow up that clock, rely on your running game, get the dinks and dunks off, and they'll wind up actually winning this game by the double-digit amount, because I feel like the Saints defense is going to actually step up to the plate. They know that they struggled last week against the best offense in the NFL, being the Chiefs. So pretty much now they got to bounce back, and pretty much they're going to be giving Kirk Cousins a whole lot of issues. So Dalvin Cook, you better be ready to carry the ball 25-30 times to be productive.
That's what I'm talking about. My main man, Pop DiBiase, Prime Wave Media. Merry Christmas. Any Christmas shout-outs before we get out of here, my man?
I just want to send a big shout-out to everybody that's just been going through it this year, pandemic. Also want to send a shout-out to the Saldana family. Zach's side, his wife just passed away from COVID as well, too, yesterday. So big shout-out to him. I know he's going through it. He's grieving. You guys can go ahead and check my Twitter out. I retweeted the GoFundMe, so if you guys do want to send some dollars their way, they would be much appreciated. So that's just one thing I want to throw out there. But I want to go ahead and thank my family. Thank you as well, too, man. Big shouts out. And you know what? We just moving, brother. That's all we're going to do.
And that's what I'm talking about, my main man, Pop DiBiase. Vegas Scoreboard Express. You also got your primetime angles coming on the VSX networks this season. That's right, 2021. Tell them about it.
All right, man. Primetime Angles Daily Show. That's on Instagram. We are going to be on more platforms. Next year, we are on the YouTube as well. It is the Daily Show that covers baseball, basketball, football, horse racing, and boxing, and giving you the best lines, best bets, best angles to run with, and pretty much giving you the best sound advice. It's all about the quality, not the quantity when it comes to this. And it's all about giving you guys the best value for your bucks.
My main man, Pop, TB Bucs, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Want to thank everybody for listening. Rotation number 451. I'm telling you, take that dog +7. Take the Minnesota Vikings on the road. Pop, TB Bucs telling you, take 452. The New Orleans Saints at home in the Big Easy. It's going to be easy according to Pop. The West Coast is in the building. It's Christmas time. You know what time it is. Let's get that money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. TB the tepid. Vegas Scoreboard Express.
This football season, stay in the game with Fubo TV. Over 100 live channels, including NFL Network, NBA TV, and FS1. Don't miss any of the action. Get 7 days free on us at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Don't get cabled, get Fubo TV.